Imagine a world where every digital lock, every secure transaction, every encrypted message, could be instantly broken. This isn't science fiction, it is the looming reality presented by quantum computing. For decades, our digital lives have been protected by complex mathematics, a fortress of numbers and algorithms. But a new era of computation is rapidly ascending, one that doesn't just process data faster, but fundamentally redefines what's computationally possible. This revolution, while promising innovation, casts a long, dark shadow over the very foundations of our financial and personal security. The silent countdown has begun. What does this mean for you, personally? It means your bank account is at risk. Every online purchase, every direct deposit, every login to your investment portfolio is secured by encryption. If that encryption is shattered, the consequence isn't merely inconvenience, it's total exposure. Imagine waking to find your savings vanished, your credit lines exploited, your identity stolen. This isn't a hypothetical distant future. Experts warn that the window of vulnerability is rapidly approaching, threatening the very sanctity of your personal finances and the global economy built upon digital trust. The stakes couldn't be higher. To understand the threat, we must first appreciate the strength of what protects us today. Modern cryptography, specifically public key algorithms like RSA and elliptic curve cryptography, ECC, are the bedrock of digital security. These systems rely on mathematical problems incredibly difficult for even the most powerful classical supercomputers to solve, such as factoring very large prime numbers or computing discrete logarithms. They are the invisible locks on our digital vaults, safeguarding everything from email to national secrets. For decades, this mathematical complexity has been an unbreakable shield. Quantum computers are not simply faster versions of classical machines, they operate on entirely different principles. Instead of bits representing zeros or ones, they use qubits capable of existing in multiple states simultaneously through superposition. This, combined with entanglement, allows them to process vast amounts of information in ways classical computers cannot even begin to emulate. This fundamental shift grants them unique capabilities to solve certain problems exponentially faster, rendering many of our current cryptographic safeguards obsolete. It's a paradigm shift, not an incremental improvement. The most infamous quantum threat is Schia's algorithm. Developed by Peter Szia in 1994, this groundbreaking algorithm can efficiently find the prime factors of extremely large numbers. Why is this catastrophic? Because the security of RSA and ECC, the very backbone of Internet encryption, relies on the assumption that factoring these numbers is computationally intractable for classical computers. Schia's algorithm provides a shortcut, an elegant mathematical solution that, for a sufficiently powerful quantum computer, could unlock virtually any public key encryption in seconds, revealing all the data it protects. It's the master key to our digital kingdom. Beyond Schia's specific attack on public key cryptography, we face Grover's algorithm. While not as outright destructive as Schia's, Grover's algorithm offers a quadratic speedup for searching unsorted databases. This means it can significantly accelerate brute force attacks, reducing the time it takes to guess passwords or break symmetric encryption algorithms like AES. Though AES would still be robust with larger key sizes, the increased efficiency of Grover's algorithm puts immense pressure on existing symmetric key lengths. It's an amplifier for brute force, making countless existing security measures far weaker, far faster. The stark reality is a fundamental mismatch between our current defenses and the emerging quantum offensive. Classical cryptography relies on hard mathematical problems that are computationally infeasible for classical computers to solve in a reasonable time frame. RSA and ECC thrive on this. But quantum algorithms like Schia's specifically target these hard problems, turning them into trivialities. Similarly, Grover's algorithm dramatically reduces the effort needed for brute force attacks against symmetric keys. It's a zero-sum game. The stronger a quantum computer becomes, the weaker our existing encryption grows, not incrementally, but exponentially. The critical question isn't if, but when. Predicting the exact arrival of a cryptographically relevant quantum computer, CRQC, is challenging, but progress is undeniable. Google achieved quantum supremacy in 2019, performing a task beyond classical reach. IBM, Google, and others are rapidly scaling qubit counts and improving error rates. While experts' predictions vary from 5 to 15 years, a consensus points to a critical window this decade. This isn't a distant future for our grandchildren, it's a looming reality for our generation. The time to prepare is shrinking with every passing year. Perhaps the most insidious aspect of the quantum threat is the harvest now, decrypt later, HNDL, strategy. Nation-states and sophisticated adversaries don't need a CRQC today to exploit future capabilities. They are already actively collecting vast quantities of encrypted data, government communications, financial records, personal health information, knowing that once a sufficiently powerful quantum computer exists, they can retroactively decrypt it. This means the sensitive data you send today, believing it to be secure, could be exposed years from now. The past is being stored for future exploitation, creating a ticking time bomb. The implications for the global financial system are nothing short of catastrophic. Banks, stock exchanges, payment networks, and digital currencies all rely on strong encryption for integrity and trust. A quantum attack could allow adversaries to forge transactions, manipulate stock prices, siphon funds from accounts, and disrupt the entire financial ecosystem. The trust that underpins every digital transaction would evaporate, leading to systemic collapse, widespread panic, and an economic downturn unparalleled in modern history. The quantum apocalypse isn't just about your bank account, it's about the very stability of civilization. On a personal level, the impact is devastatingly direct. Imagine your bank's security falling away. Fraudsters could gain unauthorized access to your banking portal, transfer funds to untraceable accounts, and compromise your credit cards. Beyond financial theft, identity theft would reach an unprecedented scale. Your sensitive personal data, medical records, social security numbers, private communications would become an open book. Without the mathematical fortress of encryption, the concept of private, secure digital interactions would simply cease to exist. Your digital life, utterly exposed, totally defenseless. Even cryptocurrencies, often touted as impervious, face an existential threat. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others heavily rely on elliptic curve cryptography, ECC, for securing transactions and wallet keys. A quantum computer running Schiess algorithm could potentially derive a private key from a public key, allowing an attacker to steal all funds associated with that wallet. The entire concept of an immutable blockchain could be compromised, leading to double spending, chain manipulation, and the collapse of trust in the decentralized finance ecosystem. The very asset meant to be secure, suddenly its Achilles heel exposed. There is hope. The cybersecurity community is not standing idle. A new field, post-quantum cryptography, PQC, is dedicated to developing algorithms resistant to quantum attacks. These new mathematical constructs, based on lattices, hash functions, or error-correcting codes, are designed to be intractable for both classical and quantum computers. This isn't just patching existing systems, it's building entirely new cryptographic foundations for the future. The shield is being forged, but its implementation across the vast digital landscape is a monumental undertaking, fraught with challenges. A race against time to redefine digital security. Leading the global effort to standardize these new quantum-resistant algorithms is the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST. Since 2016, NIST has been running a rigorous, multi-round competition, evaluating submissions from cryptographers worldwide. This process, involving intense scrutiny and public review, is designed to select a suite of robust algorithms that will form the backbone of future digital security. The chosen standards will define how virtually every secure digital interaction will be protected against quantum threats for decades to come. NIST's work is critical, a global race against the clock. Even once PQC standards are finalized, the transition will be an unprecedented logistical nightmare. Every piece of hardware, every software application, every digital certificate, every encrypted communication channel in the world will need to be upgraded or replaced. This crypto agility requirement demands complex planning, significant financial investment, and meticulous execution. Ensuring backward compatibility while moving forward, migrating vast legacy systems, and training an entire generation of IT professionals, the sheer scale of this migration makes it one of the largest technological challenges humanity has ever faced. It's not just a patch, it's an overhaul. Many compare the PQC migration to the Y2K bug. However, the quantum threat is far more insidious. Y2K was a known date, a specific flaw, and a predictable impact, allowing for years of preparation. The quantum threat is different, an uncertain timeline, an evolving technology, and a fundamental breakdown of cryptographic primitives. We don't know precisely when a CRQC will arrive, nor who will wield it first. The adversaries are unknown, the threat is exponential, and the consequences, if we fail to act, are orders of magnitude greater than a few computer glitches at the turn of the millennium. This is a battle for the Internet's soul. The cost of inaction, of delaying this critical migration, is unfathomable. Beyond the direct financial losses from cybercrime and identity theft, there's the erosion of public trust in digital systems, the disruption of critical infrastructure, and profound national security implications. Imagine a world where secure communication between governments or military units is impossible. The economic damage alone, from lost productivity, shattered confidence, and widespread fraud, could cripple economies globally. The longer we wait, the more data is harvested, the greater the risk, and the higher the price we will ultimately pay. What, then, can be done? For organizations, the immediate steps are crucial. Inventory all cryptographic assets, identify critical systems, and begin planning for crypto agility. Engage with cybersecurity experts, monitor NIST's progress, and allocate resources for future migration. For individuals, while direct action is limited, understanding the threat and advocating for robust cybersecurity policies is vital. Support companies and institutions that prioritize PQC adoption. This isn't a problem to be solved by a single entity, it requires a concerted global effort, a collective awakening to the gravity of the impending quantum storm. Be informed, be aware. The silent countdown to the quantum apocalypse is accelerating. Each passing day brings us closer to a future where current encryption standards are no longer a shield, but a relic. The threat is not abstract, it's personal. It touches every aspect of our digital existence, from the privacy of our messages to the security of our life savings. The first quantum computer capable of breaking the Internet's encryption might be closer than we think, and its arrival will mark a pivotal moment in human history. We must prepare, not just for a technological shift, but for a fundamental re-evaluation of digital trust itself. This is an unseen war, waged not with bullets, but with algorithms. It is a battle for the very foundations of our digital world, for the trust we place in technology, and for the security of our financial future. The stakes are everything. Your bank account, your identity, the stability of the global economy, all hang in the balance. While the challenge is immense, the ingenuity of human innovation also offers a path forward through post-quantum cryptography. The quantum apocalypse is not an inevitability, but a warning. Our response, or lack thereof, will define the digital landscape for generations to come. The choice, and the responsibility, is ours.